everyone, this is Miss M. Today I'm going to show you how to do a show, tell, do activity. This activity helps increase your child's language and communication skills by identifying objects and vocabulary that they are familiar with and aren't familiar with. So they're going to extend what they know and what they don't know by describing the function of the object. So for this activity, you need a bag or a box with familiar and unfamiliar objects in it. So items from the kitchen, school supplies, a set of tools, items used for gardening, things that they know and that they don't know. So to start this game, you're going to explain what it is, and you're going to explain that they're going to pull an object out of the bag. We're going to say what the object is, what it does, and then we're going to use it. So for example, you're going to pull out, I have a box, but you can use a bag. I am going to pull out a can opener. And you're going to say, this is a can opener. You use it to open a can by pressing the sharp part of the can and then twisting it around the rim. So for this, you can do it with your child, or if you don't have it, that's fine. You know, for the little ones, they have limited fine motor skills at this point, so it might be beneficial to just do it hand over hand, or you can set up the can and then you can have them twist the knob so that they get to do that with you. Then your child's going to go next by selecting an item, and I want you to be as suspenseful or as enthusiastic as you can. Emphasize that element and surprise as they reach into the box. So, for example, you're going to say, I wonder what you're going to grab from the bag. No peeking. Let's see what it is. So then they're going to go in and they pick out a spoon, and you go, what is that? And they say, a spoon, or they point to it, and you give them the word spoon if they don't recognize it right away. And then you're going to prompt them to tell you about the object. What does it do? Well, it helps. You can eat, you can stir, you can serve. So then you're going to say, well, let's use it, and encourage them to do that. What I also have in here is a bowl. So you can have the bowl in here as another object, a vocabulary word, and then once they do that, you can also use the spoon, and y'all can practice eating what you made from the can or cereal, something. You can put food in here and have them use the spoon and the bowl. So it's describing both functions, and they're able to use both. You're going to keep going until you pulled out all the items from the bag. So remember that you can use kitchen items, gardening tools, you can use books, scissors. I want you to extend this activity a little bit into their environment as well, and explain, if you have gardening tools in here, they're not going to use that at school. So say, oh, you found gardening gloves. Do you use gardening gloves at school, or do you use them at home? Where do you use them? Do you use them inside or outside? So extend those higher level thinking questions where they have to think about their environment and decide where they use objects and where they don't. If you have a hammer in here, maybe not use a hammer with them, but you can explain, well, do you use a hammer at school? No, you don't use a hammer at school. You don't use a hammer to write. So have them think about the objects and where they use it, where they don't use it. That just helps increase the function and their understanding and knowledge of the objects. So this is a great activity to determine what your child knows, what they don't know. If they select an item and they don't know the name, encourage them to make some guesses, prompt them, and that'll help them think about it, and use those critical thinking skills, or tell them the name to help them out. It's okay to give them hints. It's okay to give them the name. If you need to label or explain the item, that's totally fine. He will more likely remember the name and the function once you've given him or her that information. So once you kind of get a hang of this game, you might have him go show you his room. And in the room, she might give out a doll, or they might have an action figure, a teddy bear, and let them tell you what the function is of the object they picked out. Let them describe what it is, what it does. You may already know what it is. that's fine, but let them have the opportunity to increase their language and communication skills by telling you the function. It may kind of sound mundane or it might not sound important to you, but it is to them. So it's prompting your child to use the language skills and the communication to share information with you and to practice those conversational skills, which are so important for our children. You want to show respect for their interests, which conveys your love and interest in her. So just kind of play around with it. This activity is to be fun, it's to be encouraging, practice those communication, conversational skills. This is really important for our child's language development. So I hope y'all have fun doing this activity. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.